So as much as it pains me to say this, I might have to admit defeat. I might have to do it. You see it from the thumbnail that I'm not sure, as much as I want to believe, that this man is going to come back. I don't know if it's going to be. I might have to concede defeat on the return of Aidan Hutchinson. Hutchinson is back on the Lions sideline, which is something I hadn't seen since he got hurt. He was always in the suite. He was back on the Lions sideline. The Super Bowl is in 27 days. Can y'all believe that? 27 days, 26, 27 days is Super Bowl 59. Hutch, in order to come back, his 21-day window could start at any time after the divisional round, and he could come back for the Super Bowl. There's no, you don't have to open it 21 days in advance, but you have 21 days to make a decision after you open it. I don't know if he's going to make it. Not to say that he didn't give everything he had. I believe he gave everything he had. It might be too much for even the great Aidan to overcome, even if he can't play. And the Lions have no intention of playing him. I think that it's only right. And let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section in the chat. Lions have 53 men. I think it's 53 on the active roster. You dress 48. So you have anywhere from 5 to 7 inactive every week. I think it's 55 or something like that. So that's a spot that we could use. And as of right now, I don't think going into the divisional round that the Lions have an open roster spot, but they may. So here's the question. Hutch, it's apparent that he can't come back. He's not going to be able to play and be a non-factor in any way. Would you be willing to sacrifice a roster spot to have Hutch dress, come out the tunnel in the NFC Championship game? Would you be willing to do that? I am going to say I absolutely would. The chat, Michael says, yep. Braylon says, yep. Looks like the consensus in the chat is that they would be willing to do it. I'm going to tell you what. When I went to the Rams game, the beginning of the season, and the very first game was the defense was introduced. And this is no shot at Jack Campbell, Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph, Alex Anzalone, none of them guys. When Aidan Hutchinson came out, he comes out last, and the crowd, the roof blew off that thing. It gives me goosebumps just thinking about it. And I think that the defensive performance by the Detroit Lions was inspired by Hutch, their brother, being back on the sideline. See, he wasn't in the booth with Eminem. He on the sideline. His leg is not up anymore. He's dressed in Lions gear, inactive, of course, on the sideline. He's still on IR, so he doesn't affect the roster. But if he was to come off IR, he would, and we would lose a spot. But seeing how that defense played against the Minnesota Vikings, seeing how the fan base the reaction would be insane. I would give a roster spot for Hutch to come out, gingerly out the tunnel if he's not ready, hype the crowd up. There's no way a team beats us. There's no way a team beats us if Hutch came out that tunnel in the NFC Championship game. I don't care who you are. Eagles, forget about it. Rams, forget about it. So he's got 27 days to come back. His 21-day window, if Hutch is going to come back, we would hear about it next week. I'm starting to think it's not going to happen, but if I'm Dan Campbell, I at least let the man dress. Let him sit on the sideline. Let him feel like he's in the game. And David, who's in the chat, was at the game. We're sitting next to each other. I don't know if you saw this, D, but when Zadarius Smith was trying to get his incentive, Hutch was on the sideline hyping his crew up. And when they showed Hutch on the big screen, it seems like, I believe, honestly, that the Lions defense, come on, man, I'm making a video here. I'm walking here. God. I'm walking here. Sorry about that. when it seemed like that the defense played inspired. Like that was probably our best defensive performance. And I say that because of the opponent we were up against, the fact that they did not score a touchdown, the fact that we stuffed them in the red zone over and over and over. Now, we might have held a team to 6 points. We might have held a team. We went down a stretch where we didn't allow a touchdown. But I think that the Minnesota game, knowing that you got Addison, Jefferson, Hutchinson, Akers, Jones, and they didn't score at all. They didn't give a touchdown. I think that was inspired by Aidan Hutchinson. So I don't know if 27 days is enough time, but I'm willing to concede defeat. But at the very least, take them off IR, let them dress. And at that point, is one roster spot really going to make a difference? I think I'm going to be real. As a matter of fact, here's the, you know what I'm about to say. You know what I'm about to say, dog. If Roderick Martin can use a roster spot, you can let Aidan Hutchinson burn one too. Stop playing, bro. Stop it. If Roderick Martin can use up a roster spot, then so can Aidan. Put him in there, bro. Somebody asked, what is your problem? What did Broderick do to you? Nothing. He's done nothing to me or for me. But I guarantee you, if Aidan Hutchinson comes out of that tunnel, he can walk out the tunnel. And that ain't nobody beating this team. Nobody is beating the Lions if Hutch comes out the tunnel. He could come out on a cart. I'm telling you, bro, you have to be there. Nobody would beat this team. So, Brod, listen, I don't know what kind of fan base you know, what kind of person you think I am, but I'm a fan. I keep it a buck, bro. I keep it a buck. Broderick Martin, come on now. He ain't done nothing to me, but he ain't done nothing, period. And we traded up to get this guy. Don't get me started on him. I've been holding back all season long. Dude is already heading into year 3 and has done nothing. So if you can have Broderick Martin on the team, you can have Hutch on the team. Sign him up, activate him, let him come out that tunnel, man. He don't have to take a single snap. Be over there in the Honolulu Blue, hyping up the crowd with the paint on, bro. We ain't nobody beating us. I'm telling you.